Shalom, 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 beloved angelics and Gentiles. It's been a while. I've been wanting to bring information, but man, it's like it's not time, it's not time, it's not time. So I always have to wait just to try to be patient, but continue to study, and see what's ahead. But today, let's talk about the Immaculate Conception. Here we go. Before we get started, let's invoke fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use is invoked for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute when an otherwise infringement may occur. Usage is for nonprofit educational purposes, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised on this one because what I'm going to talk about, people are not going to like. So, there has been this misconception about fair use for a long time. Not fair use, I'm sorry, about the Immaculate Conception for a long time. Gentile Psalms 83, man, they really pulled a quick one on this one. They really laid into, or they didn't. It was the churches. It was the churches. What the word conception means. Automatically, when they think in Immaculate Conception in the churches, because I came up through the churches. The first thing that you think about is Mary got pregnant without a daddy. Okay, she was a virgin. She was a Virgin Mary. All of these things run through your head because you really don't have the real truth about this entire process. But today we're going to try to clear up some of those misunderstandings based on what was given to me, what I took away from the information, okay? So if you guys remember on one of my other videos, I was really upset when I saw this picture because it's like this book is copyrighted 2011. And all of these people know the truth, but we didn't know the truth. Many of us were not awake. Well, I can only speak for me. I was not awakened. I didn't know the truth. I didn't know anything about these pictures. But I do know that I had stopped going to church for a long time before 2011, okay? But when I saw this picture, it really tore up my jaws because it said on the page, it says the triumph of the divine image. This is the divine image? What? This is the divine image. This is what they're telling us the divine image is. And they said it with a straight face. They had the audacity to put this garbage in this book. The face that the popes, pimp and popes use to destroy and massacre nations of people. This is the divine image? What? And our people are still going to those whorehouses, singing and worshiping and calling on this monster? What? But this is the divine image, the triumph of the divine image. With our consciousness and our totality operating within the higher planes of existence, we joyously hold the glorious faces of Yahushua, Zeus, Melchizedek, Zeus is right, and Metatron, Zeus is left. Melchizedek and Metatron converge and reconverge in Christ to reissue the higher divine Adamic image. Seeing them face to face, even for us in the higher worlds, is an overwhelming experience. Do you feel overwhelmed yet? Are you guys feeling overwhelmed yet? What? We have found the land of milk and honey for our soul, the triumph of the divine image. Now we understand the words of Yahushua. Where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. No, 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 no. Let's get this all right. Let's fix this. Where the 83 worlds are together and they feed the melanated people this garbage, okay? They feed the melanated people this garbage. There, the monster Zeus is in the midst of them. I kind of like that better because it's more of the truth than this crap that they're feeding us. Y'all still in them churches? What? Oh my gosh. Woo, the faces of Melchizedek and Metatron are just one of their myriad appearances in this universe of manifestation. It is they, the ultimates, who have wisdom and strength to advance the divine programs and the seeds of life throughout the multitudinous generations and worlds. We are now prepared to work full time with the divine administration of the order of Melchizedek and the archangelic creative powers of Metatron, one of whose names is youth, for he represents eternal youth. In our hearts, there is still a call for the supreme meeting with the divine family beyond the barrier of time and space. Auspiciously, we discovered that the meeting is already in progress with the supreme shepherds of light, and training has begun as we read in the keys of Enoch 3:19, 22 through 24. In the days that Adonai summons you, testify to the nations of the earth, so that the wisdom of the earth may be broken and its three-dimensional consciousness reign no more with your spirit. Let me tell you guys something. Everything, if you don't know it by now, everything that we've ever been told is a complete and utter absolute lie. Okay? All of this, what they wrote here, is garbage. Every bit of it is manifested, manipulated lies to deceive the melanated people. Y'all still in them churches? What? Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you guys the truth about what this image really is when they say that the triumph of the divine image. See, what they're showing you, Putin coming out with these pictures, and Trump talking about the 144,000 and the Pope showing that he's kissing and sucking toes on these dark skinned people and the dark melanated Madonna. See, programming. Our people have got to get out of the program because these people, all of them, every one of them, are part of the Psalms 83 nations. Every Psalms 83 world is what they are. There's not one separate from the other. They have all agreed to a lie and they're going to stick to it until they die. Our people have to leave this buffoonery, clear up their mind, and come from this nonsense. I'm going to show you guys exactly what this is. Deception alert, deception alert, deception alert. Okay, guys, look at what's on your screen. We're going to read a little about Mother Mary. Through many ages in the temples of the elementals, Mary learned how to create a perfect form through the power of concentration to hold the divine image, the Immaculate Concept, and how to keep it sustained by rhythmic outpourings of the feelings. I'm going to talk about the outpourings in another video. So let me read this again. There's nothing here about any type of church. There's nothing here about a man. There's nothing here about any kind of buffoonery. And there's nothing here about any conception. What it says is through many ages in the temples of the elementals. Who? Who? What? Did it say the temple of the deacons, the pastors, the what? Did it say that? The pimp pope and the nuns? Did it say that? No, it did not. It said in the temples of the elementals. Mary learned how to create a perfect form through the power of concentration to hold the divine image, the Immaculate Concept, or the divine atomic or atom image. An ion is an atom, okay? That's where they come with the conception. Oh, deception alert, deception alert, deception alert. These people are wicked as hell. They are some of the most deceptive creatures that you will ever in life deal with. They are extremely deceptive. They screwed everything up in order to screw up the minds of the melanated beings, the originals on this planet. They on this plane, all of these words, all of this crap they changed to deceive us. They put us in those churches to worship Zeus because this is the image that they gave us. This is the image all over the world. Every other nation, a world of people, they put this image on their land because this is supposed to be their divine image. And they gave this garbage to us. They did. They gave this garbage to us. The divine image, the Immaculate Concept means divine image. That's what it means. This is the reason for all of the whitewashing of the photos. This is the reason for all of the pictures of Zeus in the pulpits. This is the reason for this image everywhere. Divine image. What the hell? How? Oh boy. Whew. This preparation gave her the opportunity to apply to Lord, whoever this is, to become mother of Messiah. And this is a lie. This was supposed to be some man. No, 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 no. All of Lemuria was women. The women of Lemuria did not need men to have children. Okay? All of this came much later. There was no reason for a man, Miriam, to go to some man to decide if she should carry the divine image of the divine child. No, 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 wrong. Spoiler alert, we got to dodge the deceptions. We got to dodge them. Mary was the one who volunteered to prepare a body for Zeus. No, she did not. She decided she wanted to prepare the body for the Hamashiach. She wanted to hold the divine or the Immaculate Concept no matter what conditions might arise. It was Miriam. She did this. I spoke about the laggards in one of my other videos. Our women sacrificed to try to help people using the divine image, but they overpowered us. They overpowered our women. The wickedness, because the men ended up men joined in. The women were the strong ones. They didn't need the men. Never have. Never have. The women were the ones with the strong minds. And helping the laggards it meant dealing with the men. This is where the breakdown happened. This is where everything fell apart. So, no, Miriam did not go to some man to get his permission for her to carry the image of the Hamashiach. She did that on her own. Or she did it because she was selected by the divine mother or source. But it had nothing to do with some man who she went to and said, can I be the one? Can I be the one? No, 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 no. All lies. All lies. All lies. We got to dodge the lies. It says they would give her an opportunity there before the assembly to prove how well she could do it. No, they did not. She didn't have to prove herself to any man. So she stood before him and other great beings. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lord Maitreya projected into her mind a small image of Helios, the god of the sun, in about the size of her finger. She was then severely tested on concentration. This is the reason that they told our people meditation and yoga and all this was bad. You can't do it. You can't hold no crystals. You can't do any meditation because it's bad. And all along, it's how the way that Miriam ended up bringing the Hamashiach. She had the concept of the divine child. Now, she was probably pregnant from a man because this had nothing at that time when this was way after Lemuria, okay? After Mu. So men were involved with women having babies later on, okay? So that had nothing to do with it. But man, I tell you, she was severely tested on her concentration. So now we know we should be able to have great understanding the reason that they took away concentration or meditation. Can't meditate. That's wicked. That's evil. Worry about things on the earth. No, 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 no. You've been dumbing down so much that you don't even know it. You have no clue the things that these people were doing while we were asleep. She was required to hold to that immaculate concept, to hold that image in her mind against all kinds of intrusion from that within herself as well as that directed at her by others. There were mental winds, rain, and hell generated out of the consciousness of whoever was out of the divine source. This person here has no meaning and no concept and no power whatsoever. Whoever this person calls himself, I don't know who he is, Lord Maitreya, whatever. This is someone they created and pitted at her in an endeavor to divert her attention and to disintegrate her thought form of that image. The Elohim, Hercules, and others also tested her. It took all of her strength, power of concentration, and intense praying to hold it. Good ideas and the things she loved most, as well as disintegrating forces and pressures, were directed at her in an attempt to distract her attention. So the winds blew around her and upon the image, anything to make her withdraw the holding of that concept. She was able to keep her concentrated thought and hold the image, the immaculate form, in her mind and nourish it by her feelings. This lasted for 3 hours. Then the divine, whoever was with her, directing her, said, "Enough." She had earned the opportunity to become mother of the one to come forth, to be guardian and protector of the Hamashiach. In this initiation, Miriam had to prove to the karmic board that she was able to hold the concentrated image of the divine being, no matter what the pressures of energy directed at her from within or without. In subtle ways, even beautiful activities of light were used to try to make her relinquish that perfect image. Had she been unable to sustain that pattern held in her mind, that instant the form would have been released and shattered, and she would have lost the opportunity to become mother of the Mashiach. So, see, the Immaculate Conception. This is how Miriam was able to bring forth the divine image of the atom. It had nothing to do with the buffoonery that had been brought forth in the churches. So much deceptiveness. So much deceptiveness. Oh boy. Previous to this initiation, Miriam had been prepared for many centuries at inner levels as well as during embodiments or incarnations. She had been trained in the nature temples at inner levels to hold the divine immaculate concept, which she later so faithfully held for the Hamashiach all during his lifetime. You hear that? She held the divine concept of the Hamashiach all during his lifetime. She also studied in the temples with archangels Raphael and Gabriel. In between embodiments, Mary had taught elemental beings to concentrate and how to hold the pattern of whatever they were to bring into manifestation, a shrub, blossom, tree, or any vegetation. This is how things were done with the mind. All of this other buffoonery that was brought forth to us is garbage. It's complete garbage. All of their sciences and that crap is pseudo science. It's all garbage. All garbage. The women had minds of steel. They used thought forms. They could bring forth anything using the mind. This is the reason that, they started talking about all of this AI in vitro fertilization and how we can change the DNA. Garbage, 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 and more garbage. It's perversion at a low level. They've been trying to pervert everything with this artificial intelligence. We don't need anything artificial because we are intelligence. We are the original intelligence. This is the reason they dummied us down. This is the reason that now everything is about babble, all of this talking. instead of thinking and going within and concentration. This is the reason that they brought so much confusion and destruction. This is the reason that they have all of these damn programs, TV programming, hell programming, church programming, rapture programming, war programming. All of this garbage is garbage in, garbage out. Our people got to get away from this mess and get from in this endless loop. I did have that dream that this was the last time for this loop. But all of these things that we're going through, that have been gone through, and all of this stuff, it's all loops, loops, loops. They run in the same programs over and over and over. And it's time for our people to come off the programs. Get out of these programs. This AI, they can't do it. Look, there is no such thing as artificial intelligence. It's just artificial. Oh my gosh. Ah. All of this nonsense that they show us about, oh yeah, we have these silicone suits and we're going to put your brain in it and your no, no. No, no, lies, all lies. No, I'm going to show you guys, not in this video, another video. I'm going to show you guys all of this is lies. They have no power to do anything. Oh my gosh. And then they put in this book as Miriam kneel before this Lord Maitreya. She didn't kneel before this monster. No, there was no reason for her to do that. This is lies. He placed his hand on her head in blessing and told her that she had done well, but warned her that the pressure she had felt in this test while in her inner bodies were very minor in comparison to the opposition she would meet in actual physical life. That's what everything is about for them in physical life. He can't put his hands on her head and bless her and do anything. This is Pope garbage. Our people got to get out of this stuff. You got to get out of this stuff. The hate, jealousy, selfishness, and viciousness that would be driven at her spouse, and the Hamashiach, once the mission was begun, would be much greater and much more forceful. This is what they do. This is everything about them. This was never about our people. Our people did not conduct themselves with hate, jealousy, selfishness, viciousness. This is them. This is who they are. This image or concept she was required to hold all during Hamashiach's embodiment. Her particular training for many ages had been along this line. Miriam's mission was to hold the Immaculate Concept for the Hamashiach, not only during the time of gestation, infancy, and childhood, but also through the rest of his earth life, and especially during the time of his mission, of his being. This ministry crap, this is, again, we got to get away from these people and this garbage and this thinking. He did not, the Mashiach was not a minister. Let's do away with that image right now. That was not his mission. He had a divine purpose. And it had nothing to do about ministering to people. He came only for who? He encompassed these monsters. And there was no monster that could put his hand on Miriam's head and bless her. No, everything had to be divinely inspired. And these people have no divinity. None. I just Now let me show you what they have been doing. Because our people, it doesn't matter what they show you on that idiot tube, that programming box. What goes on behind closed doors is completely different. Okay? Thought form of the year. Just realize that the Immaculate Concept is about divine image. It's about thought form, the thought form. Okay? This is all about meditation. This is all about coming together, and meditating for the sake of something divine, a divine purpose, right? This is what the Lemurians did, the women, because Lemuria was all about the women. Okay? This is what they did. Now, this is what the 83 worlds have been doing. I don't care what they tell you. See, those churches, when they brought that image, the churches were created so that they could harness our energy to carry forth that image. And our people are still caught up in this image. And then they get caught up in this nonsense about color doesn't matter. That's racist and all this. You prejudice. No, no. It has nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do with racism. This has nothing to do with color. Okay? They whitewashed everything. But racism is something created by the monsters to cause another programming. Racism is programming, okay? Just like drugs, putting those drugs out there to program the body because they knew that when they were dealing with the melanin, that the melanin attaches to these drugs quickly. And it's hard for them to let go because a lot of our system has these drugs in it already. We can test positive for a drug test and have never taken any drugs, okay? Because it's in our system already. They know this. Oh boy, they know this. The drugs are already in our system. So all of this, all the things that they were doing, everything is a program. It's all programming, okay? Program fear is another program. Program and fear. You're going to be without food. You're not going to have a place to stay. Well, we should be past that program because the things that have happened to us over the years, hey, some of us had to go without food. Some of us had to go through homelessness. This is nothing new to us. Okay? But I want to show you what they have been doing. Thought form of the year. We're in the churches, people in the churches, and these people are doing their thing. They are harnessing that energy that we're bringing forth in order to move that image. Each year, Helios and Vesta decide what can best be done for the planet Earth and her people in the next 12 months. Who? Helios, sun god, and Vesta. Okay? So, what I take from that, what can best be done for the planet Earth and her people in the next 12 months? Of course, that has nothing to do with melanated beings on this earth, unless you sold out, you took the bag. But I get from that is what they can do for the rich people, and the Elon Musk of the world and all those clowns. That's what I take from this because it's definitely not talking about us because none of us were involved in this. Then, rather than tell everyone of the spiritual hierarchy in detail what to do, they make a form. We call it a thought form, for lack of a better medium of expression. This thought form is given into the consciousness of the planetary silent watcher, which she holds until the last stroke of midnight sounds on every New Year's Eve. I wonder who that silent watcher is. Is it that Black Madonna that they've been praying to, the pimping popes been praying to all this time? Who is that? Who is it? Because that's who they portray that they're praying to. It's not, it has, look, that has nothing to do with us at all. Kissing those people feet, again, that's another program. All of this stuff that they do is a program. They're trying to, again, manipulate our thinking. That's all they're trying to do when they display these type of things. Putin putting the pictures out. He's always had these pictures. They didn't just come out. He's always had them. He didn't just find them. No, they've always had them. It's the same pictures that the pimpin' Pope been into in his behind the scenes. They all have these pictures over there. All of them do. Which she This thought form is given into the consciousness of the planetary silent watcher, which she holds until the last stroke of midnight sounds on every New Year's Eve. The presenting of petitions ceases for this ceremony. At this time, the Lord of the world raises his consciousness to that of the planetary silent watcher and draws the thought form into himself. Hmm. The whole assembly stands in expectant adoration. He receives this divine idea and holds it within himself for a moment. You see what they're doing? You First of all, he has to use the power of precipitation in order to eternalize it. So his first activity is to precipitate the form into visibility in front of him. You gotta make it become real in front of him through the use of his own thought and feeling centers so that it becomes clearly visible to the whole assembly. So they're telling you how this is done. So we got to take something away from this. See, they've always had collective consciousness. They've always had it, which is the reason that come hell or high water, they have to lie because the 83 worlds have agreed to this collective consciousness. Okay? They have it already. They formed it. They took the bag. This is what they do. This is how they do it. They took from us, okay, and they use it. But see, they can't do this without us. This is the reason that they formulated the churches to bring forth their divine image. But see, they needed our energy in order to continue bringing this forth. As long as we were worshiping on this image, this Caucasian monster that they gave us in these churches, as long as we were on that, see, they could suck up the energy. But now they're bringing out these other images to try to suck up that energy in another way. Because see, this is all tied to the Black Madonna. I'm going to get to that again. So they're still trying to harness the energy, suck up the energy using our people because through this new programming. This is what they do. This is how they've always done things. It's all about the programs. So now you know what you have to do. You have to bring about this idea, you have to hold it, and this is how they all work. They all have this same thought form, okay? When you have 83 worlds coming together, all of these people coming together to bring forth and harness this energy from our people who are helping them bring forth this image, because we in these churches and we keep calling on Zeus. We can't stop calling Zeus. The energy comes with the name, the image. But hey, there's nothing wrong with it. We can always, it's no, there is something wrong with it because it's tied to the energy. They need our energy to harness this, just like they need our energy to harness this new program with these melanated pictures. They're not out, those are not our people. They knew what was coming. We have to harness our own energy, bring forth our own divine concept. It can't be with those people, these monsters. They need us to do what they're doing. And our people can't seem to give up the bag and pull away from that nonsense. No one, not even the Lord of the world, has any advance notice as to what this thought form will be. So it is a moment of extreme anticipation and solemnity. This is a lie. They all know what it's going to be because they all have our books. And so they've all read and know what to do the next time. This is a complete lie. They know exactly what they're going to do. As this communion takes place, all feel the charge of divine will. This is the first ray, the ray of the masculine. Okay? As he directs this pattern into the visible atmosphere before the lectern, it appears in color with the musical vibration that always accompanies divine creation, and the pattern for the new year stands vibrant and beautiful before the eyes of the assembly. Okay, so this is what generally happens when it's taught, when it deals with, whatever they're doing involves truth, because truth is the light. Okay, whatever they're doing, whatever they're bringing, it has nothing to do with any vibrations of light. Never does. Nothing. So what, family, the only thing I can say is you have to make your own decisions. Whatever you think is what you think. The wickedness and what they're doing is tied in these churches. Our people don't know that their energy is being used because they're focusing on this, what they call their divine image, this Caucasian creature. That has nothing to do with us. Nothing. So we're still giving our energy to Zeus. We're still worshiping in these pictures and giving them the energy. We're still calling on Zeus. Zeus, 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 Zeus. All praises to Zeus. Zeus, all hail Zeus. All of this buffoonery that they've given us. Our people say they woke. They say they woke, but they ain't woke. Because your actions tell, it speaks more than volumes. If you're still calling on this Caucasian monster that they gave you, Zeus, if you're still calling on that monster, you ain't woke. You can tell me and you can say whatever you want to say. You're not woke because you're clueless. Energy is involved in that image, in that name. They said power in the name of Zeus. Yes, because you got 83 worlds calling on it and sing it to it. Yeah, their energy is all locked up in there, but you're not going to get nothing from it but confusion. That's it. Confusion. Oh, I tell you. All of the brotherhood and everyone else. Brotherhood, right? There's no sisterhood involved. This is all the brotherhood. And everyone else who is present creates a similar form. Let me read that one again. All of the brotherhood and everyone else who is present creates a similar form, symbolic of their united efforts for the coming year in the atmosphere in front of himself. Each one endeavors to accept consciousness, the import that is within it. Then, at a given signal, everyone present releases that thought form into the atmosphere, and literally hundreds of thousands of these thought forms are catapulted out into the world to be accepted by the inner bodies and the sensitive consciousness of the race. They are taken by angels and elementals into the auras and receptive consciousness of unascended beings. Christians, I'm telling you right here what they're doing. The assembly breathes out these thought forms, large or small, each being according to his own size, nature, and capacity to recreate it. So some will be of tremendous size. For instance, those going forth from Hercules and Amazon. Those going forth from a tiny elemental no longer than a fingernail will be about half the size of the head of a pin. These are all directed out, not just once, but this continues for a 24-hour period. Do you hear that? Oh, receptive consciousnesses all over the world will receive the form in some sort of message. The thought form itself is not important except as the message which it brings to each one. It is as much to you, means as much to you as what you can do with it. Each one will use it according to his own light. There you go. There you go. The instant the last stroke of midnight sounds on every New Year's Eve. The instant the last stroke of midnight sounds on every New Year's Eve, the first cause projects through the silent watcher into the consciousness of the Lord of the world, and through this great being into the consciousness of the great white brotherhood and the assembled multitude at the Teton treat, the cosmic design of some particular and specific keynote in its representative thought form, which becomes the heart of the diversified activities of the Brotherhood and the 12 months ahead so far as the radiation to and through the consciousness of mankind is concerned. You notice they said mankind? I tell you, we know nothing. We know nothing of what these people have been doing. Nothing. We don't. The thought form for each year is an arrow pointing one individually and in his group activities toward a specific surface to which every retreat and sanctuary of the ascended masters is denoting their energies at the time. They call themselves ascended masters, but they've gone nowhere. I don't know. I don't know. It's just really sad that our people cannot seem to free their minds of this process and what has been given to us. I just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know what the answer is. Because our people are still caught up in Christianity and that monster Zeus. They still calling on Zeus, sucking up the energy, giving away their energy. These people do this for 24 hours, and our people can't even meditate for 5 minutes because they say it's from the devil. You're going to go to hell. All of this nonsense that you've been programmed, they program into your mind, and our people still can't let it go. As the 12-month cycle of each year draws to a close, Shambhala is open to all those spirits of God who are serving the great white brotherhood in the world of mankind. They're telling you what's happening. In January of each year, the first activity of the Great White Brotherhood is to open the doors of their consciousness to the directions of the godparents of this system of worlds. Each member of this mystic what? Each member of this mystic brotherhood has already determined within the confines of his own secret heart to do the will of God. In God we trust. No matter what personal sacrifice is entailed in the contribution of his own personal energies to that end. Do you know what that means? This determination is the passport into the spiritual brotherhood. For this reason, all gather around the Lord of the world as he elevates his consciousness toward the silent watcher of this system, invoking the descent of the thought form which will embody that will for the next 12-month cycle. The descent. Do you hear anything in there about an ascension? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this video. I'm done with this video. All praises to the divine. Much love to the Hamashiach and the Divine Mother, Father. Oh, peace be unto you, angelics. Peace be unto you, angelics. Peace be unto you, angelics and Gentiles.